it's Anna. Welcome to Ruhani Wellness Center. Today I want to talk about something that I see a lot in yoga classes, which is the way we align ourselves and we hold our stance in our warrior two. So I'm going to focus a lot on that pose and on how we have a tendency to take the femur bone forward and push it forward when we actually want to do the opposite. So let's get started. Okay, so this is warrior two. My front leg is bent, the knees facing forward, the toes are facing forward as well. My back leg straight. I'm not hyperextending my knee, so it's straight but it's not hyperextended. I'm rooting both into my outer edge and the inner edge of my back foot, and those toes would be from the second toe to the middle of the ankle. They would be perpendicular to the yoga mat if I had one. So I'm here, and I want you to imagine that if you're in this pose, you're also in your neutral pelvis. So you're not over tucking like that, taking the ball of the pelvis like this, and you're also not overarching your low back. So you're in your neutral pelvis, and there's another tutorial on that. But this is your warrior two. And I want you to imagine in your warrior two, you're in between two pieces of glass, and you want to stay there. So a lot of the things I see is that the whole pelvis structure pushes forward that way. And it kind of makes our back, our upper torso, our chest go back to compensate that. So we're kind of hanging out like this. So I'm going to show you from a different angle. So if I'm here, okay, and I'm in between two pieces of glass, okay, you almost can't see my back leg, right? So I'm in this alignment. And then what I see a lot is this. Okay, you can see how my back leg, it's like the femur bone, the big bone in the leg, is being pushed towards the front face of the thigh, pushed forward that way. Okay, so I see that a lot, and this causes all sorts of problems. So it depends on where your body is less strong. That's where the misalignment can become into a bigger problem. But you are pressing your back, your femur bone forward. Sometimes we tend to hyperstretch that knee, that hip, the alignment of our foot, and I'm going to try to get it from that ankle. Okay, so we're really pushing in a bad way into our ankle. It looks really twisted. We may also put pressure in the knee in weird ways. We're crushing our low back as well. So if I were to take my entire body forward, I would fall. So I take my chest back and I crunch into my low back. And this is an easy way of holding the pose if you have no strength in the front glute and the front leg and the glute and the back of that leg holding you. And in this back leg, really stabilizing and keeping the weight evenly on the back foot. But if my body's tired and lazy, it can just hangs here, pushing forward. And then you can see how I can take this to this kind of stand. So whatever you do in your yoga class, this is what you're gonna do through the rest of the day. So I see a lot of this walking on the street too, and then this turns into this kind of warrior and into this kind of life. So it's kind of like this. So what I would ask you to do is really simple, and I don't want to get too technical in this because it's just something that you'll see for yourself. Just pause and check the alignment of your foundation. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have even weight on the base of the big toe, little toe, and the heel in both feet. Then your back leg is straight, but you're not hyperextending it back. Okay, softly, it's straight, but it's not pushing back. Okay, neutral pelvis, because you can also push the hips forward without over tucking, because this is a tendency. They come together, you tuck, you over tuck, or you're tilting your pelvis backward that way, and it will more easily be coming to this motion. So it's really funny, I can see myself. So when you're doing this, you can also be in a neutral pelvis and still push the femur bone forward. So I want you to imagine from that even foundation on your base foot, there's a line between the middle and your ankle, the middle of your knee, okay, and the middle of the hip bone. So we are gonna check right here. If you take your hands to the outer thigh and you move it in and out in internal and external rotation, you will feel a little bone moving here. So that's the trochanter, the head of the femur bone. So that's what you want to see, that it's in line with the middle of your knee, okay? and the middle of your ankle, so right there. So I want you to try to figure out if you can keep that alignment in your warriors, and this will help you with this most common misalignment of pushing the femur bones forward. So by keeping that alignment, you're also into a more natural stance, because pushing the femur bone towards the front face of the leg, really pushing the legs forward, it's a very common thing that we do nowadays. So this is the part of our bodies that we see. This is a part of ourselves that we know, the ego, the self, the identity. And we kind of forget that we have a back body. So yeah, we have to remember that too by sending our femur bones back. Just going back into that whirl. And again, it's not about hyper stretching the knee. Okay, you can check that that's in line. Trochanter, middle of the knee, middle of the heel in every pose. So I hope this serves you and it helps you have a more balanced warrior and a more balanced stance, and to remember that you have a back body that is always there supporting you. So just think about sending your femur bones back into that world. So have a beautiful and safe home practice. This is Rouhani Wellness Center in beautiful Costa Rica, and I will see you soon.